Hello, my friends. Today is April the 2nd, and this is a birthday reading for you if this is your birth date. And this is a 4 card pull to cover the year to follow. It is approximately 10 minutes, so hang in there with me. There are 4 cards: a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action you can take to stay in balance, and an outcome or synopsis card. This is the general energy card of the year, April the 2nd, folks. Eros. And what does Eros ask you to reflect upon? Well, Eros is really about, it's springtime. You know, you feel Eros in your bones, in your blood, in your perk, in your sense of things are getting fired up a little, and things are getting a little more sensual, and things are breaking out of their winter doldrums. And that's Eros. That's kind of the, you can see it in the eroticism, but you can also see it in just the sense of wanting to reach out, wanting to have fun, wanting to do something, wanting to touch magic, wanting to touch sweetness, wanting to merge with something and someone in some kind of union. And that's what Eros is all about. This can be about a deep friendship. This can be about love. This can be about lust. This can be about the pursuits of things that make us say, "Ooh, I want to merge with that. I want to merge with that. I want to hear that. I want to taste that. I want to sensually feel that with you, with that, with life, with being." Eros is a state of, I think, wonder and excitement and passion, with the taste for the nectar and the sweetness and the pulse of being. So, with all that in mind, this is your particular challenge, April the 2nd, folks. Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles, you do things. You do things with your body. You do things with your hands. You work at things. You don't really understand them necessarily mentally until you get them into your physical body, until you actually do them. Then you can apply other knowledge to it. But often you need to put it in your body, put it into your hands, enact it in your body so you feel it and you know it. A knight, well, knight is driven and purposeful and studying something that you really want to study, and wholeheartedly giving yourself, your time, your energy, your body over to something, sometimes to the exclusion of love, romance, joy, sometimes to the exclusion of thinking about anything else, sometimes the exclusion of really doing something else that your body says, "I need to do this, I will do this," but the knight inside of you is just plodding along doing this thing. So that's your challenge. Something is stopping you from going along your normal route of learning about something that you've been working with for a long time, most likely, or that you have some kind of deep interest in learning how to do. And it's hard to give yourself over to that place of, it's often kind of a solitude place. Pentacles are often kind of within themselves. They don't necessarily know how to speak about things until they can learn how to speak about things. But that's another practice and another challenge for another day. So this is a card that says, well, you might not be willing to follow what is your calling, or what you feel has been your passion about learning in your physical form. And again, because Pentacles is often about not necessarily being comfortable with the emotional world and knowing how to speak about one's emotions and one's passion. And Eros is calling. You might be attracted to somebody or something outside of your norm, outside of your normal allowance, outside of your normal focus. Maybe this is a person that you're excited about. Maybe this is some kind of other art or some other kind of work that is calling to you, and you're going, but I would be, taken away from what I know and I love and I do. um, but there's this draw, there's this perk, it's spring, it's Eros. There's this perk, there's this perk to have a friend, have a lover, have a joy, uh, taste life in a different way, in a new life, in a new way, in a new refreshment way. Um, but I think you're scared of it, or you're adverse to it. Most likely, you're scared of it because it's the unknown, and it kind of goes against what you've been doing all this time, and what you've been following all this time, and how you've been learning. So, what is the action to take? Well, it's Spider. Spider is all about creativity. Spider is about, um, they attribute, many cultures attribute Spider to the creation of everything that we see, that she is the grandmother of creation, and on her web did she learn how to have an alphabet, and she spelled out words, and she cast her spells, and she called reality into being, and she's the grandmother of all being and consciousness, and her web is the web of connection that connects all of us together. So there's that great, wonderful metaphor. Spider, otherwise is, a powerful creature with their web and their powers, and their sense of bringing things to them, and creating and destroying. They're, a powerful creator. Spider is all about creator and creating. So this is asking you to be creative. This is asking for you to maybe trust the poetry in your own heart and speak it or write it. And maybe this is asking you to allow something new that has a feeling of rightness for you to become part of your scene, and reach out to others who know how to do it, and how to deal with it, and how to be with it. You don't have to go this alone. You don't have to be the sole solitary spider in your web. You can have a life with something else, someone else, a friendship, a life, a creativity, a spark, a joy. Remember that, Eros? It's time to go and find that other spark. There's more than one spark that you hold, and I think the wider, especially Pentacle people, the wider. I'm a Earth sign. I'm a Virgo. The wider we get out of our small channelings and small pursuits. Not that they're small, but we can be scrutinizing things and focusing so much that we miss life, we miss joy, we miss other people, and we're often okay with that, but some part of us still craves that and needs that journey with another, or at least journey with something outside of our ruts and our routines that we find ourselves in. And so, Knight of Pentacles, you're being asked to find your heart, find your passion, disturb your rut, get out of your routine, find your words, make some art, make some love, make some music, make some sound, catch your soul. Trust the web of connectedness, meet new people, meet new energies, ask for new things in your life. Here is the final card, the outcome card or synopsis card. I see this and think about, you know, what you put out into the world is your spell. You spell things out. Help, HELP, help. That's a spelling. That's a spell casting. That's a saying things out into the universe that you would like to have come to you. So this is about you becoming clear on your word, clear on your spells, clear on your askings to creator, to the creator inside of you, or the creator that's above and beyond you, whatever that means. But you can ask your self creator, your internal sense of yourself as creator, to speak truth, to speak with dignity, to speak with honor, to trust your words, and to say something that you haven't been able to say before. I think this is a year of a clearinghouse. You're getting rid of some things that have been in the way for you to have maybe relationships that you wanted to have, and to do some of the stuff that you wanted to do, because you didn't think you have the words for it, or you didn't think you had the soul for it, or you didn't think you had the music for it, or you didn't think you had you could feel you had the appreciation, but you didn't have the other parts of it you thought you needed. So this is a coming into balance here, and a finding your heart and your soul and your passion, and living a more eros filled world, of love, honor, passion, joy, vitality. This is all about your vitality. Let yourself perk. Oh.